All right, let's get right to it. Think of this as a critical mission briefing. We're diving deep into a really powerful but, let's be honest, often misunderstood tax benefit. It's the moving expense deduction, and it's something now exclusively available to military members.
You know, it wasn't that long ago that if you moved for a new job, you could probably deduct your expenses. But that all changed back in 2017 with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. That piece of legislation basically just suspended this huge tax benefit.
And when I say suspended, I mean it basically just vanished. Poof, gone. It was a massive shift in the tax world, pulling the rug out from under a deduction that tons of civilian taxpayers had come to rely on.
So that leads to a really important question, right? Why did this deduction disappear for everybody else, but Congress made a point to keep it specifically for active duty service members? What makes you the exception?
Well, Section 1, the last deductible move. A strategic advantage preserved for the armed forces. See, this wasn't some accident or a leftover rule. It was a very deliberate decision. Congress gets it. Military relocations are part of the job, they're frequent, and they are definitely not optional.
So, let's move into Section 2, Navigating the Trap. And this is about understanding the critical eligibility requirements. Because look, having access to this deduction is one thing, but you have to know the rules perfectly. If you don't, you can fall into what forensic accountants call the trap. Basically, a series of little legal tripwires that can get your whole deduction thrown out. So let's get you the intel to avoid it.
Okay, so the absolute foundation of this entire deduction is one thing: a permanent change of station, or PCS. Now, according to the IRS, this covers a few specific scenarios. It's your move between duty stations, your move from home to your very first post, and yeah, your final move back home after service, but only if it's within a year of ending your active duty.
Think of this as your pre-mission checklist. It's short, but it is absolutely strict. 1, you have to be on active duty. 2, the move must be because of a PCS order. And 3, and this is a big one, you can only deduct the expenses that weren't reimbursed. And let's really hammer this point home. The key word is must. That military order is the official, legal trigger. So, for example, deciding to move to a new city a couple of years after you retire? That's not going to fly. The connection between the order and the move has to be direct and totally unbreakable.
Okay, let's diffuse this reimbursement trap right now. It's actually pretty simple. If the government paid for your move or paid you back for it, those costs are usually not counted as part of your income, so you can't then turn around and deduct them again. That's called double dipping, and the IRS is, well, they're not a fan. We are only focused on your out-of-pocket costs.
Now we get to the fun part. Section 3, the Forensic Deduction Checklist. This is where we put on our detective hats and scrutinize every little detail to figure out what you can claim and, just as importantly, what you should avoid. So here are your green light items. You can absolutely deduct the cost of packing and shipping all your stuff. You can deduct the travel and lodging for you and your family to get to the new place. Your vehicle expenses are a go, and if you need to, temporary storage for up to 30 days is also deductible. Now, when it comes to your car, you've got a choice. You can either keep track of every single cent you spend on gas and oil, or you can just use the standard mileage rate. For 2023, that was 22 cents per mile. Oh, and either way, you can also add on any parking fees and tools you paid along the way. Okay, now for the red lights, the hard stops. The IRS is crystal clear on these. You cannot deduct meals. Sorry, no house hunting trips either. That's considered a personal expense. And all those costs that come with buying or selling a home, like realtor fees, also a no-go for this deduction.
So you've got your two piles of receipts, the green lights and the red lights. Now let's jump to Section 4, Decoding Form 3903. This is the actual calculation that unlocks your tax benefit.
Honestly, the formula itself is pretty simple. First, you add up all of your valid green light moving costs. Then, you look at your W-2 for Box 12, Code P. That's your reimbursement. You subtract that reimbursement from your costs, and whatever's left over, that's your deduction. Now, here's why this deduction is so incredibly powerful. It's what's known as an above-the-line deduction. In plain English, that means it lowers your adjusted gross income, or AGI, directly. You get the full power of this tax break whether you itemize your deductions or just take the standard deduction. It's a huge advantage.
Okay, buckle up. We are now at the most critical phase of this briefing. Section 5, Avoiding the Double Torpedo. An error here is not just a simple mistake on a form. It can trigger a whole cascade of bad financial outcomes, a chain reaction that we're calling the double torpedo.
It all starts with something called the tax cliff effect. Your AGI is what determines your tax bracket. So if you fail to claim a moving deduction that you're entitled to, your AGI gets inflated. As you can see here, that can easily be enough to push you into a higher tax bracket, meaning you pay more tax than you should. But that tax cliff is really just the beginning. The double torpedo is when that one error, that inflated AGI, triggers two other really costly problems that can impact your finances for years to come.
So here are the two warheads. First, Social Security. A higher AGI can make more of your Social Security benefits taxable, up to 85% of them. Second, and this one's sneaky, is Medicare. That higher AGI can trigger some pretty hefty surcharges on your Medicare premiums. But here's the catch. It hits you 2 years down the road. It's a delayed but very real financial punch. So I'll leave you with this question. Have you audited your move with this level of detail? Because getting this right isn't just about saving a few bucks on your taxes this year. It's about avoiding a serious financial risk that has real, long-term consequences.